No, indeed. There are about over 100 tractors here on one of these highways leading into Paris, as you said, between Orly Airport and the Rungis International Market, which supplies the Paris region with much of its fresh food. Farmers here, though, have had little sleep. That's not harmed their resolve, though. They're doing a rotating system where some of them are here on the ground, some of them go to sleep in a bus, and we even saw some sleeping in their tractors. But there's plenty of coffee, food. Behind me, there's even a fire where some people have gathered. So the mood here is you know, it's not, there's no tiresome people complaining. And it helps, though, that a lot of the French public support this farmers' movement. You might be able to hear there are people honking on the highway next to us showing their support for the farmers. But there has been some concern that the farmers would get a bit too close to the Rungis market and stop deliveries to and from there. They say, though, the ones that we've spoken to at least here say that's not their goal. That would be shooting themselves in the foot, because that's their produce that's being delivered. So there's, you know, that's really not the goal, and it's more of a symbolic position here in between the airport and the market to put more pressure on the French government.
Yeah, you say more pressure, Carys. So what exactly are their demands? What are they looking for?
Well, there's a list of about 40 of them from the farmers' unions, and that's really, I think, where the disappointment came from with Gabriel Attal's speech to Parliament on Tuesday. They didn't have high hopes, it must be said, and Gabriel Attal has been meeting with unions this week, and there's even more meetings planned for this Wednesday. But these next 2 days are actually going to be quite important, especially as the French President Emmanuel Macron meets with the European Commission Chief Ursula von der Leyen. They're, among other things, going to talk about these protests and also the free trade agreement that's in the works with the Mercosur Latin America bloc. Macron has been critical of this trade deal, and farmers in particular here object to the prospect of beef being imported from South America and not adhering to the same French norms that are applicable to farmers here. They say that they're not hoping for no foreign imports, but the imports that do come in need to be closer to these norms, or at least be taxed a little bit more so that they're not driven out of competition. Wednesday also marks the deadline for negotiations between distributors and supermarkets to set prices of goods like fruit and vegetables. So that's another development that's going to be watched very closely. But in any case, farmers say there's not one measure alone that's going to get them off these highways and go home.